Welcome to the Farmcast.
We're back with another episode of the Farmcast. Today, we're going to be talking desserts. We're going to make a top three, bottom three, ranking the best, definitive rankings of the best and worst desserts. We have an acquired taste. If you couldn't tell from our previous episodes ranking beverages, fast food places, we know fine dine. We eat Burger King. We get it.
See, the elite, they have their tastes, but where do you think the elite go to get their tastes or get their own opinions validated? They come to us because we have objectively the best opinions, the most correct opinions, and especially when it comes to food and fine dining, especially beverages as well. We're top notch, so you can trust that our opinions, our rankings, they're going to be ones to pay attention to.
Absolutely. Where does the 1% of the 1% go for their content? The Farmcast.
That's right.
With that being said, let's get the show on the road with our top desserts. I'm going to start it off with my favorite, quite possibly my favorite dessert of all time. And this will open discussion because I'm not sure what these are called. So my grandma calls them O. Henry bars. So
Special K bars?
No. No,
Okay.
not at all. They're like this Rice Krispie with caramel. I think they might be called Scotcheroos also. So it's like this thing of caramel and like almost like Rice Krispie or like, and then like a layer of chocolate on top.
So
Okay.
This is a common thing.
Well, I've had the only version I've ever had is not caramel but peanut butter.
Yes. Okay. My bad.
Yes,
It's like a
yes.
peanut butter.
Yep. I've only heard them ever called Special K bars when I have no idea why they're never made with Special
Are
K
those the ones
cereal.
that have like a little marshmallow too, or am I thinking of something else?
No marshmallow. Yes, peanut butter. My bad. I
Yes,
misremembered.
yes.
I haven't had them in a while, but they are like the best.
They're fire.
Oh my god! If I have one of those, the whole pan is gonna be
Take
gone.
the pan away, dude.
Seriously, dude. Like it can get scary.
Dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like they aren't over the top where I'm gonna feel shitty after having one, and that's why I want to have more because I'm like, wow, I should feel worse than I feel right now, and so I'm like, you know what, give me some more, and you know, like nom nom nom, eating them all up. You know, it's good shit. O. Henry bars is what we've always called them. I don't know if that's like an older way of saying them, but O. Henry bars,
Sounds like a
Special
real
K
boomer
bars.
dessert name.
Yeah, it does. Like it does. I've never heard anyone. That's why I was like wondering if you guys knew what I was talking about. I've never heard anyone else besides my grandma call them O. Henry bars. So I just assumed like she was the one who invented them, and for some reason they were called O. Henry bars.
The only person
What
that
a
ever
name,
consider
too. O.
peanut butter,
Henry
chocolate,
bars.
and Rice Krispies.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't
Very
say it's.
first.
I shouldn't say it's Rice Krispie. Do you like? Is it Fenner? Like, do you know what?
Yeah, it's like
It's the cereal.
like regular, like unsweetened dry Rice Krispie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just with like peanut butter and oh my god. So,
Yeah, they're so good. It's like the perfect. It's not too much like peanut. I don't know if they do something to the peanut butter because it's not like.
I don't know.
When like if you eat a little bit of peanut butter, you know, like, and your mouth gets all like peanut butter's like everywhere. You know, you have a hard time like talking. I
butter
guess
mouth.
like peanut butter mouth. But that doesn't happen with the Special K bars, and it's just like a little bit of thin layer of chocolate on the top, dude.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect mix of everything.
Delicious.
It's a hard to beat combo.
Right. So moving on to my second one, it's vague because you can use your imagination with this one and take it in whatever direction you would prefer. Because there really isn't one kind of ice cream that I don't like or like more than the other. So vague cross spectrum ice cream as number 2.
There are some bad ice creams though.
Yeah,
What-
very
like what?
bold
I'm
stance of
generally-
the-
Yeah.
I'm generally curious, like what
I mean, they make like a pistachio ice cream. It isn't it.
Anything with chocolate.
I've seen
Bad?
that recently. I literally talked to my sister about that. The internet has this hate train right now, but for chocolate ice cream.
I hate chocolate ice cream. Absolutely hate
Just
it.
like plain chocolate ice cream,
Yeah.
nothing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I think it's awful.
Oh my god!
I'm not a
Do you
big
not
chocolate.
like a chocolate milkshake either.
No, I'd rather have strawberry. I don't like chocolate.
I'm not the.
I mean, I'll
biggest
eat it, but I mean,
chocolate
I'm
guy,
not gonna go out of my way to get some chocolate.
If
but
you
chocolate ice cream is fire.
Yeah, if you ask me which one I would like, just chocolate or vanilla, which one I would prefer, I would say vanilla.
Vanilla.
But like, oh darn, chocolate ice cream.
Yeah,
What am I
say
gonna
vanilla.
do?
I'm not
Yeah.
going to avoid it if I'm eating Neapolitan ice cream. That's for sure.
Right.
I'm just not gonna eat it. I'll just get everything else.
Okay.
I'll leave the
refuse.
strawberry for you because I don't like strawberry ice
Oh,
cream.
perfect.
Blue Moon ice cream. Not a fan of Blue Moon ice cream.
I think it's fine.
I think I had it
There's-
I
once.
haven't had it in a while though.
There's some chocolates that just have like, or not some chocolates, some ice creams that just have a little too much going on, where it's like too much mixed in, where you get some like Rocky Road stuff, and they got nuts in there. It's like I don't want some cashews when I'm trying to have ice cream. That's the most old person kind of dessert you can have.
They
Butter
can-
pecan ice cream or butter pecan, however you say it.
Garbage.
No,
No,
that's good.
butter pecan's good.
Butter
dude.
pecan.
There's
is
so
trash.
much going on in it. It's so good.
No, butter pecan.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean,
You know what flavor I need to add to this ice cream to make it better? Butter. Fantastic.
It's a dairy product.
Right.
Doesn't mean it goes well in ice cream.
Plus, it's not like they're literally taking like butter and just put it in, just like it's done. That's
I don't
it.
care. It has that like buttery kind of flavor to it, and then you mix in like fucking pecans. Ugh.
Dude,
Sweet and salty.
I'm gonna
That's
be
just a
honest.
classic matchup.
Yeah,
There's
it
way,
really
but you
is.
can do way better sweet and salties. Like there's ones that have like little pretzel bites or something in it. Now you're talking. Not pecan.
I'm not saying you can't have a better mix of sweet and salty than butter pecan ice cream, but that doesn't make butter pecan ice cream bad.
Right. It's good.
It's very good.
Yeah. I did say specifically if you guys were going to pin me down and say you have to choose one, cookie dough ice cream. Like, come on.
The classic.
It's
just a
unfair.
classic.
It's just
That's
unfair.
Quick, before you move on, Zach,
right.
what is everybody's thoughts on mint ice cream?
I don't mind.
Fine.
Like I said,
Fine.
I don't think there's
Yep,
a bad
fine.
ice cream.
Okay, that's how I think about it.
Mint is
Fine.
the-
I would rather have something else, but
one of the most overrated things I think is the Shamrock Shake.
Oh,
I can
no.
get down with that.
yeah, not a fan.
It's overrated.
I like the Shamrock Shake. See, I think mint is the most overhated flavor, especially when it comes to like.
No,
a lot of
I
desserts.
think it's a okay milkshake at best,
Mhm.
but people just think it's a godsend that it's here on Earth, like it's
That's only
blessed
'cause
us.
it's like a limited time thing.
I mean,
but-
yeah, it has that appeal, but even then, I'm still like slightly disappointed when I get one. I'm like, I thought this
Yo.
would be better.
No,
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
always
not
look forward to
bad, but I'm
getting
like,
one
I'm
here.
expecting a lot more for whatever reason, and it's just like, it's a mint milkshake. What am I expecting? It's
Mhm.
fine. Like, I don't hate it, but
They're
I also
good.
haven't seen
They're just
anybody
good.
talk about a Shamrock Shake in a few years. I feel like that kind of was like a fad recently, but
I don't
haven't-
know. I think
I don't
people
know.
are still
I can't
crazy.
I don't have a
Otherwise-
McDonald's within 60 miles of me, so
That's good for your health, but man,
Right.
that would piss me off.
yeah.
But
I'm just in for the McRib, so
Oh, nothing like a McRib and a Shamrock Shuffle. That's a rare McDonald's meal.
Shamrock Shuffle.
shake. But
Okay.
moving on. Ice cream, fantastic. Now this next one is very specific, and Kyle is the only one who's going to relate to this one. My favorite dessert of all time are my grandma's chocolate chip cookies after a tennis match.
Oh, baby.
So, for some reason, we started
Yeah.
this in.
I can relate so much to
Well,
these.
hold on. Let me tell you a little bit. Maybe you will after this.
I'm hot and bothered
Right.
thinking about it. God damn.
So, for some reason, high school when we played tennis, my grandma got into this. I think it was started with one time my birthday freshman year, and she brought cookies for the whole team, and like the whole team loved it. So she just did it after every home match going forward. So it became a trend. Like my grandma would just have a bunch of cookies for when we're all done with the match for the whole team. And there was something so special about those cookies. You just got done working your ass off, sweaty, hot, maybe not hot. It might be a little cold too, depending on the weather. Doesn't matter. You're feeling the temperature though. And my grandma comes over with a big ass tub of these chocolate chip cookies, and there were so many. I swear to God, she just kept making more and more every week and every time as I went through high school, to the point where it got from like everyone gets one to like You can probably get 3 or 4. So whenever I think about chocolate chip cookies, it's after tennis chocolate chip cookies. The best.
And my God, was there no better way to celebrate a nice victory or come back from a crushing defeat? Not that Zach and I had very many,
right?
Course,
exactly.
naturally, right?
Right.
But my God, those cookies were something else after a long tennis match. They hit so right. Most people, they'd be like, oh, I'm dehydrated. I gotta get some Gatorade, some water. It was like, no. Straight to the cookies.
I need some sugar.
Oh yeah.
Give me some sugar.
I weirdly got attached to the taste of Gatorade and chocolate chip cookie combination because I just had nothing but good things associated with that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. So
strong.
Grandmas are the best.
Right. And that's where the O. Henry bars come from. Like 2/3 of this is just grandma's product.
I was gonna have my grandma's chocolate chip cookies on my top as well, but I was like, wow, whatever. Yeah. Everybody's grandma makes the best chocolate chip cookies.
Right. I was just gonna say you kept it off because I was pulling my grandma up,
Absolutely.
and we would have had some grandma talk on the.
No, I don't want any slander of anybody's grandmother not on this program.
My grandma can beat the shit out of your grandma.
yeah. My grandma can beat up your grandma. But to run through my top 3 desserts, I've got O. Henry bars or Special K bars, whatever you want to call them, ice cream, in parentheses, cookie dough ice cream, and then my grandma's chocolate chip cookies after a tennis match.
Strong top 3.
Thank
Solid.
you. So my first one, these are really in no particular order, except for my last one is by far my favorite. So I'm saving it for the last. But the first one I had written down is ice cream cake, specifically Dairy Queen ice cream cake.
Okay.
It's got the vanilla and chocolate ice cream, and then it has the fudge, and I don't know what that.
The chocolate crunch stuff.
Yeah, that chocolate crunch, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's
very good.
Just loaded with soft serve.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Oh,
and I don't really I mean, obviously there's some cake frosting that I do like, but there's some cake frosting you get that's terrible, and you don't have to deal with that with ice cream cake at all.
There is one exception to it, and it's very rare, but I'm going to save it for my bottom 3. It's a very rare exception.
Okay.
I'll hold off on that.
Okay.
But that fudge in the middle of an ice cream cake is so ungodly better than any other fudge. It's so cold, and you just got done having ice cream, and you get into it, and it's just delicious.
Oh, yeah. Nothing takes you back to the feeling of being 8 years old in an ice cream cake.
Right.
Oh, yeah. That was that. Yeah. I mean, I got a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. I feel like every year from when I was probably 6 years old to 15 probably for my birthday.
Why'd it stop?
Honestly, well, again, not close to anything. But moving on from that, I talked a lot about my grandma's rhubarb Coogan lately. That narrowly missed the list, so I'm just going to go with apple and rhubarb pie.
I thought for sure we were getting some Coog talk in here.
Yeah, I was ready for the Coog cast.
We'll get some Coog talk later in this program, I promise you. I promise you. Yeah.
Federer flipped over one weekend.
Now.
A heel turn for the ages.
Federer goes, "Fuck you, Grandma," in one weekend.
No grandmas are safe here.
It's like I seen the light.
Yeah.
No, but
Grandma. Ha!
I love apple pie and rhubarb pie so much. They were gonna be 2. I would probably bump Dairy Queen ice cream cake off the list if those weren't considered 2 of them. But I was like, fuck it, we'll throw them together. They're both pie. But those 2 pies are by far my favorite pies.
What were they again?
Apple and rhubarb.
Okay. Yep.
Or strawberry rhubarb.
Strawberry rhubarb, both.
Okay.
I feel like I guess I should have. I was gonna say I should have specified. I feel like it's usually a strawberry rhubarb pie or Coogan. Then my last one. Now this one is only for when I've been a very good boy, just as a treat. a nice, refreshing Miller Lite.
Let's go! Let's go! I knew it.
A fine Pilsner
Yes.
just to end the night. There doesn't need to be really any special occasion for it. There's never a time when a Miller Lite doesn't hit perfectly. Yeah, I mean, it's literally the perfect dessert to anything.
Dude, you are so right. And I didn't view it. I guess I should have been more open-minded about what I consider desserts. Nothing will end your day. You're right. Just a nice cold Miller Lite. Oh my god. It might be better than most of my list. It might be better than all my list. It hits so differently. The problem is, it's like the O. Henry bars. Once you have one, you can't stop.
It's hard to stop.
Right.
It's hard to
Can't
stop.
just have one.
I cannot put Miller Lite in my fridge up like a big case on like sometime in the weekday because I'll start drinking it before the weekend, and I want to save it for the special days.
But boy, it's hard to stay away.
Oh,
it's hard to stay away.
There's been so much Miller talk on this program.
Damn right.
Not enough. Not enough, some might argue.
Not enough.
Yeah.
I don't even have the energy to keep arguing with it at this point. I mean, it's just
You can't.
It's so much
It's so good.
Miller talk.
It's so
I'm gonna be
good.
broken down. There's literally gonna be like Miller Stockholm syndrome if we keep doing this a few more months, and I'm just gonna be like, yeah, only beer to drink, Miller Light.
Absolutely.
that would be
I'm gonna lose my sanity.
No matter what time it is, it's always Miller time, Kyle.
Absolutely.
Not you too.
No one says it's
You were
Coors
my
time.
only reprieve, Becker.
Yeah.
You were my.
Oh man.
I'm gonna
Becker,
lose it.
some might remember 2 weeks ago, Becker had a taste of Miller Lite. He hasn't been the same since.
Yeah,
He's
had
been a
some
changed man.
recently, and I was like,
Didn't
you
you
know
say
what?
it's good?
Yeah, it's better than I remember. I think a lot of people talk shit about it. I feel like that's one of those.
Who does?
No, I feel like it's a very
Besides
polarizing
you.
beer. It's either you love it or you hate it. There's no in between. And I had some, and it was like, you know what? This is good. I like this.
Uh-huh.
I can't get the lasting taste out of those like aluminum tall boy Miller Lights out of my head, and that just like killed it for me because those are the most metallic-y, metal tasting beer, and those were garbage.
Kyle has a point with the aluminum cans ones.
That's all I can think
really aren't. You aren't getting the same taste.
The full-blown Miller experience.
Yeah, you aren't. You know what? Next time you're in Milwaukee, I'm gonna get real Miller Lite.
Wow.
And I'll treat you to some dessert. If you've been a good boy.
Zach's gonna hand
he's
it
gonna,
to me.
he's gonna get it straight from the keg for you, Kyle.
Zach's gonna hand it to me. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Kyle, I got this. Here's a local brew.
yeah.
This is gonna blow your mind."
Kyle, we're supporting local business today. Here's a
local
Miller Lite.
delicacy. Miller
man.
Lite.
Oh,
I can't wait to have a nice Am-Fam Light when I go see a Brewer game. That's gonna be awesome.
Nah, that makes me want to puke.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so that's gonna be refreshing. An American Family Light.
Jesus.
So my top three were Dairy Queen ice cream cake, apple/rhubarb pie, and a nice, refreshing Miller Lite as a treat. Only if I'm a good boy.
Yep. It's like I can see your dad. It's like we've talked about this in the past about how you go to a bank and they'll give you an extra sucker if you're a good boy. It's like your dad giving you a Miller Lite. Like, Al, you've been good today.
Yeah. Good work out there, son.
Yeah.
Fender's like, this isn't the real one. You gotta earn this Miller Lite. The real, you gotta. Put
And
in
I
a
feel like
hard
for
day's
some
work.
reason, just every day, like after work, Al's just like, you know what? I've been a good boy today.
I've been a real good boy.
I've earned it.
Yo. Oh,
All right.
Man.
So moving on to my top three, and I'm gonna start where Fenner, not where he left off, but right in the middle of his list, he mentioned apple pie, and I will stress, homemade apple pie is the greatest dessert you can have. But it has to be that homemade stuff. If you ever go and get like a store-bought apple pie that's just like sitting in one of those like plastic whatevers,
They're
that
wet.
is the worst thing you can ever get.
Yeah.
Awful. It
Wholeheartedly
has to
agree.
be straight out of the oven, cooled outside on the pie rack. You know, you ever see those cartoons?
Windowsill.
Yeah, right on the windowsill, and you got the smell wafting throughout the local neighborhood. It's just getting everybody over there. Oh, That's the kind of apple pie I have in my head. When I'm getting a nice fresh slice out of the oven, you get a little whipped cream, maybe some ice cream with it. Boy, oh boy, are you in for a wonderful time.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine you live in like a children's cartoon where it's like, got the pie out, and all the neighbors, try to steal the pie.
They're just like
It's
smelling,
like-
and they're like floating with it with the scent.
Yeah, that, and then you like smell and your nostrils go really big and the fumes are just like entering your nasal cavity. Yeah. Now that's the kind of pie I'm picturing.
So I think
dessert.
with how much pie praise we have on this podcast,
A lot of pie
this
talk.
might be a hot take. I won't eat pie without ice cream.
Oh,
I will always have ice cream with pie, especially if
I
it's
love
nice
it.
I think I
warm.
normally do too.
If I have
always
the
do.
option, of course I'm gonna
Yeah.
have a scoop of ice cream.
I'll
But if we don't have any ice cream and my grandma just got done slaving over an apple pie,
boy, oh boy, I'm
Yeah.
taking a couple
Yeah.
slices.
yeah, I'm gonna eat it.
God, how
Here's
does
the
your
thing.
grandma make pies?
I would just argue
It's
that
a
you
lot of
haven't had-
work the way she describes it.
Okay, okay.
You have not had a good enough pie if you need ice cream with it.
I've had great pie. I always choose to have ice cream with it.
Yeah, I would prefer to have ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, apple pie, definitive number one.
I will not. I mean, this is, I think, more so just a me thing. Not a fan of whipped cream with pie.
I think whipped
Pumpkin
cream's
pie.
fine.
You get a little dollop
I don't like
of
pumpkin
Ready
pie.
Whip on an apple pie, pumpkin pie, anything. Oh,
Yeah.
it's way better.
But I
think
wouldn't
pumpkin
prefer
pie
ice cream.
So,
Also,
my second one,
another
oh,
case
sorry.
for apple pie, real quick. It is Travis Scott's best song. So, and it's a great beverage. There's a lot going for the apple pie brand.
Top five.
Top.
So number two, cinnamon rolls, and I will also stress fresh out of the oven cinnamon rolls.
Yep.
Can't let them sit around like even a few hours a day. That's when they start. They get a little bit hard. It's over. The cinnamon roll is completely ruined. When they are just melt in your mouth soft, oh boy.
Are you
Yes.
talking like homemade cinnamon rolls or just cinnamon rolls you make like from a can? Like
I mean-
the Pillsbury ones.
There can be some good Pillsbury, but
Those
those are the ones that
Pillsbury
get a
ones
little
aren't
bit
bad.
harder.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
they're
say,
I
good.
don't mind them.
Aren't bad.
I've never had like made from scratch.
Oh, my dad makes some homemade cinnamon rolls. They take like 3 to 4 hours to make, but they're so goddamn good. They're like one of the best things he's made. And it sucks because he only can make like small little thing of it, and it's just gone within seconds.
Oh yeah.
So, am I
Fantastic.
eating them wrong? Because I don't view them as dessert. I view them as like breakfast. I might be eating them wrong.
No,
No,
I've had
you
it for breakfast. Like
I've had them for breakfast, and like
Yeah,
that
I
was
do.
my morning.
I mean, I've had a
breakfast.
slice of pie for breakfast.
yeah, I was gonna say I've also had a
Okay,
slice of
yeah.
pie for breakfast. I feel like cinnamon
Miller
rolls are
Lite.
almost in the same.
Donuts.
I've had a Miller Lite for breakfast as well.
Absolutely.
Cinnamon rolls, I feel like can almost be lumped in with donuts at like the
Yeah.
same time you eat them, like with breakfast.
Yeah.
I always view them like the same kind of,
Well,
you know.
we can have we're gonna have that discussion later. I promise you. But yeah, cinnamon rolls, homemade cinnamon rolls that are real soft, fresh out the oven, top notch. My third one, this doesn't need to be fresh out the oven because it's just straight up cookie dough.
Oh,
Cookie
yeah,
dough.
yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
You can just skip the BS and you just go straight for the source. I love chocolate chip cookies as much as the next
Yep.
guy, but sometimes you need the real thing. Just like that little extra kick of cookies.
Oh yeah.
Get
Mhm.
go
Oh,
for
yeah.
cookie dough ice cream, fantastic. It's just probably the best way to consume it.
The only issue I have with eating just regular cookie dough is I feel like I eat way more cookie dough than I would cookies. You know what I
Because
mean?
it's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better, but it's like
No,
all of a sudden it's like, boy, I put down a lot of cookie dough. I got to stop this.
I'll tell you what. If the only issue you can have with a dessert is wow,
Is you're
I
eating
eat,
too
I
much
eat
of
way
it?
too much
Yeah.
of it because
Right.
it's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not. I don't see that as a slight. No,
No, it's
good.
not. Oh, more of a personal problem than anything, I guess.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That's just
It's a
all
guilty
self-control
pleasure.
right there.
It is.
So wrong, but it's so damn right.
Feels so right. Yeah.
So yeah, top 3: apple pie, cinnamon rolls, and cookie dough.
All right, so I'm gonna go with my top 3, starting off with
Post-it notes are out.
Yep.
yeah.
right here, boys.
He's got one per post-it note. All right, next one.
So my number 1, I think is by far my absolute favorite. It's very specific because it's my ideal birthday cake, and if when it's my birthday, it needs to be like what I want, or else I'm not gonna eat the shit. So it is.
Diva Becker has arrived.
My birthday cakes. Don't fuck with me. It's like confetti cake mix with vanilla frosting and sprinkles on top.
Okay.
Confetti cake is the best.
Confetti cake is very good.
It just screams happy birthday. There's nothing more delightful than a birthday cake with all the sprinkles, all vanilla. It's just ideal with some vanilla ice cream right next to it, or straight out the oven.
If Becker's birthday cake isn't slapping him in the face with happy birthday, he doesn't want it. And I don't blame him.
And I have to emphasize the sprinkles, because if you forget the sprinkles, it's just not a birthday cake. I don't care what type of cake you like. Every birthday cake needs some type of sprinkles.
Okay.
Becker,
I don't hate it.
for your next birthday, I am going to get the most obnoxious, bam, happy birthday cake you have ever seen. I am going to make a note of this. This is going to be a very happy birthday cake.
So that's number 1. Number 2 is also very specific. So during the 4th of July, my mother makes this cake, and it is one of the most delicious cakes I've ever had. So I call it the 4th of July cake because it doesn't really have a name.
Everybody's favorite.
Yeah, everybody's favorite 4th of July cake. So what it is, it's pound cake. On top of that is like a small layer of cream cheese, and then on top of that is whipped cream. And then on that first layer of whipped cream, you have strawberries and blueberries.
Still going.
Oh.
And then you have another layer of whipped cream, or like Cool Whip. And then on top of that, you have more strawberries and blueberries.
Oh, so
let me tell you
so
what.
it's just regular 4th of July cake.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, my mom makes it, so it's better.
Like, is this like a known thing for
No.
July cake?
No, he was joking. Yeah.
So next time she makes them, you guys will have to try it, because I think it's one of the best things ever created.
Oh, I would love to.
try it, yeah.
I know
Like, the fruit with the pound cake and the whipped cream and everything, it's just genius. I don't know who thought of
4th
it.
of July, you nice hot 85-degree day, sunny outside, you're ready to go to the beach. I know everybody's
Nice pound
family, their
cake.
first step, preheat in the oven, get it up to nice 400 degrees, get the
Yep.
house hot, and just make a big cake.
This was the question I had, Becker, about it.
Yeah.
So, do you eat it right out of the oven, or do you like put it in the refrigerator?
You
and
put it in
let
the fridge afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a colder dessert, but that's fine.
Gotcha.
And the engineering behind this cake is ingenious, because if you skip out with the cream cheese and just put the whipped cream or the Cool Whip on top of the cake first, it'll start to absorb in the cake and get kind of soggy. So the cream cheese prevents that. It acts like a barrier from the whipped cream.
Okay.
What a feat
So-
of human engineering.
The technology behind this cake is just impeccable.
It sounds heavily inspired by fruit cake.
I mean, yeah.
Except
Sounds
fruitcake
very-
is trash.
Never had fruit.
I don't know if I'd say that. The little bars with the fruit on it. Oh my god.
Like a fruit pizza?
Yeah, fruit pizza, I guess, whatever.
Oh,
that's
that's
a
different than
yeah.
fruit.
I
That's
was
different.
like, oh, those are different?
Yeah,
I don't know
way
what a fruit
different
cake
things.
is then.
Wow, couldn't be.
Fruit cake. I think
I was gonna
fruit
say,
cake-
how can you guys dislike those?
Fruit cake is like in like kids' cartoons, that like brown looking cake that nobody liked,
It's
right?
like a loaf, isn't it?
Yeah.
it's-
Oh, I
carrot
thought that was
fruit
something else.
inside.
Oh,
no,
I thought, okay, fruit pizzas, that's what I'm thinking of.
fruit
Yeah.
pizza's
Oh,
good.
that was a cake.
Fruit pizza's fantastic. Fruit
Yeah.
cake is like that's like a boomer meme at this point.
Oh, okay, never mind that shit.
They literally like people were rejecting fruitcakes in like Tom and Jerry cartoons. That's how.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
a trash fruitcake.
I definitely don't know what I'm thinking about those fruit bars then. With those are amazing.
All right, so then my number 3 is just a good old Rice Krispie treat. Nothing beats a Rice
I'm with
Krispie
this.
treat.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
just
with this completely.
always a good. They always hit right. Something about them just makes them delicious. Some
I've never had a
marshmallows,
bad
crisp-
one.
Some about
Pull 'em
Exactly.
apart, you get that little, you see
Yeah.
the little marshmallow, we go, oh, baby, just a little warm.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really hard to mess up Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
That
This-
They're
barely
always
missed mine.
they're always
That-
good.
That was
This
real
is
close to
like
making
the-
top.
This is the first one on anybody's list that I feel like doesn't have to, other than cookie dough, I guess, that doesn't have to be like right. It's better right out of the oven, but like,
Mhm.
It doesn't
Yeah,
You
have
can
right.
have it whenever. Like you don't have to warm it back up or anything.
yeah.
I know with pies you have to just warm them back up because they're just better warm.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ate plenty of
Some
cold
might
apple
argue.
pie. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I know what
but
you're
I
saying.
get
I
it.
always
get
warm
it.
mine up.
I get it.
Even you know what Rice Krispies I like are the ones at Noodles and Company, the big block of just Rice Krispies
Oh,
with
yeah.
the saran wrap.
Oh, yeah.
I always love those with a nice thing of noodles.
The stickiest thing you can eat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine though.
Oh, it's totally fine, but man.
So, to go over my top 3 again is confetti cake with vanilla frosting and sprinkles. My mother's 4th of July pound cake and Rice Krispie
July
treats.
cake. Yeah.
The
Okay.
famous 4th of July cake.
It is.
I'm going to have to make a trip home for 4th of July just to try this cake.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
It's gonna be delicious.
Okay.
Look out for the Farmcast review of 4th of July cake coming on the 4th of July.
Yep. So the tops are easy for desserts. I think we're gonna get into some hot takes with the bottoms. Starting off with one of my bottom desserts, 4th of July cake. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do it. But
Specifically,
fucking
Becker's-
godsack.
specifically Becker's mother's cake.
yeah. Oh man. But I think this is something. This is something we will all get behind it. Probably my least favorite, almost type of food of all time. Specifically, obviously, dessert is such a bottom tier disgrace. But what makes it even worse is that people on Twitter I have seen hyping these things up. And I just want to see how we feel here. Those Walmart sugar cookies with the big thing of frosting on them that are as
terrible.
big
Terrible.
as the fucking cookie itself.
I mean,
Those
the really like soft ones?
blue, yeah, they come in blue,
Oh.
pink, yellow.
Fuck guys, come on. Those fucking slap. I
know.
love those
They're
cookies.
too fake.
They are
I don't give a shit.
disgusting.
I think they're delicious.
Oh
I
my
think they're
god!
great.
I liked them when I was about 8 years old.
I was gonna
And I
say,
like it when
too
I'm
much.
24. What's the difference?
There is too much for you. Like I get kind of a stomach ache. Like the sugar cookies I prefer now, and you can really tell I'm getting old now because I like a harder sugar cookie. A little, it's still gotta be a little chewy, but like not those absolute soft cloud excuses for cookies.
oh
Not in
my
'em.
god, they are so the fact they're just so gross.
Why don't you see anyone talk about that on Twitter? I've not seen that.
Oh, there was a huge thing. It's kind of like Shamrock Shakes. They kind of like people chilled out because I think other people were like, "No, these are disgusting. You have one and you're halfway dead. They are so fucking bad." And I'm not preaching like, "Whoa, it's unhealthy," but you bite into one of those, you feel it. Like that there's some reaction in your mouth of like, "Wow, this is way too much fake sugar in my body." And I don't care about with a lot of desserts, I think, when we're talking best and worst, a lot of bad ones come from, the store. They have no love in them. And I eat a lot of, fake factory food, but, cookies are not something you should be eating fake factory. You can taste it. They're
This
so
is coming from a
ones.
man
Those
who
ones are
recently
delicious.
consumed SpaghettiOs, and he thinks they're fake. So take that.
Hey, that was off the record. No bringing that on the podcast. We'll have the SpaghettiO cast later.
Yeah.
Yes, but that is a fair point. I have within the last year or so had SpaghettiOs.
Why?
I was just trying to conserve,
You gotta do what
save
you gotta do.
money.
Expand your horizons?
No, to expand my
But it's a
taste.
more refined palate.
I saw it dirt cheap at the grocery store, and I said, "That's a value that I can't give up." It's like the Steam store.
Zach sees a deal and he just
It's-
says, "I cannot not buy this. I'm losing money if I don't."
It's like the Steam store. You see a game for
SpaghettiO.
You see a game for $2, and you're like, "Yeah, I don't care about that game." but it's $2. Come on now.
I'm losing money if I don't buy this.
I was like, I am literally not making. This is just an economical decision, and I had them. But anyways,
if Zach can eat that and he
Not
thinks
eat
those
these.
cookies taste fake and processed, boy oh boy, they have problems.
His paddle all messed up.
Nope, not at all. Those things are fucking gross, and I can't even imagine eating one now. I would probably throw up.
I could.
Those
I
things.
could.
God damn it, Becker.
Oh, God, they're delicious.
Becker's just smiling thinking about those shitty.
Definitely top five.
Those
I'll
are
say
so
that.
good.
They come in those like really annoying plastic containers that squeak too much when you open them.
Oh,
No, it
man.
keeps
That's what I'm
cookies
talking about.
separate just enough to where you can pack. They're very efficient, so you can pack enough in there, but not too many. But
I'll
you don't
agree
end
with
up
you on
Never
that.
too many. I'll eat the whole thing no matter what.
You know-
Engineering behind this packaging is impeccable, guys.
If we were doing a best and worst of
A
packaging,
modern feat.
the sugar cookie things might be close to
Bottom.
the boss. But
No.
packaging, I'll give you that. Like, efficiency.
It presents them in such a way
Efficiency?
that you can
Yeah.
just easily take one and the next one's readily available for you.
Yeah.
Too
That's
loud.
fair. It is loud as fuck. But that's
like it.
anything plastic. Anything out
Yeah.
of that plastic
Yeah, that's
stuff.
all plastic.
It does fit them in
Down
well.
with plastic. I'll say it.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
damn. A line has
Let's
been
just
drawn
throw
it all
on the
in the
podcast. Yeah. Get it out of
Fish
here.
are hungry.
Not on my land. But yeah, I fucking hate those things. They taste like a factory. Moving on. Another very around the same, kind of specific around that same line of just doesn't taste. Something doesn't seem right. So there's this Kit Kat ice cream. So you might be saying, what? Well, I said the same thing when I saw it at the store. But it's kind of new. And I was like, and I'm also kind of stupid. So I saw it. And it,
Go on.
I kid you not. I am the ultimate judge of book by its cover. And I looked at it. The outside looked beautiful. There's no way
Did
this
it have
this
Chance
Kit
the
Kat-
Rapper on it?
No, it did not, unfortunately. But it was like a nice red. Because Kit Kats, I love Kit Kats. They might be my favorite candy bar.
They're good candy bar.
And I'm
They're
like, Kit Kat ice cream, come on now. I've expressed my love for ice cream. And I guess this contradicts me saying there are no bad ice creams. I just thought
Directly
about that now.
contradicts it. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Pick a side, Zach. Pick a side.
I just realized that now.
Middleman
But-
Zach.
But I get this thing, and I see it's really cheap. It's like half the price of Ben & Jerry's. And I'm like, oh, economical decision here. Easy decision. Wow, there's a reason why they're like $3 for a pint or some shit like that. Yeah, it didn't even taste like ice cream. That's why I didn't think it was ice cream, because it did not taste like it. Felt really flat and airy. Like, you know when you have a
mess
nice...
up Kit Kat ice cream. You just
That's what I
throw
said.
some mini Kit Kats in vanilla ice cream.
But the Kit Kats were also
You win.
soggy, so it wasn't even like... They weren't like hard. They were really like moist and disgusting. And the ice cream is like ice cream if you opened an ice thing of ice cream, ate a little, and then left it in there for like 2 weeks. That's how the ice cream tasted. So it's like really almost like freezer burnt. And it's disgusting. So yeah, Kit Kat ice cream. If you see it, it looks great. Don't get it. We are very, until they sponsor us, we are very anti Kit Kat ice cream pod. But once they give that open check, might be down
I'll
with
be
Kit
in
Kat
it.
ice cream.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So moving on, something I alluded to a little bit earlier in the podcast. So it's screen printed like cake. You know cake when you get a picture at like Walmart, you want to put a picture on it.
Yep.
Now I haven't had this in a very long time, but I remember when I was younger, I wanted a specific picture on my cake, and Walmart's technology was not up
This
like
picture.
What was it?
Yeah. What was the picture?
It was like when I was in middle school. It was like our 5th grade football team I wanted on my cake. I thought it was so cool.
hell yeah.
I could see myself
you
on
can
a
eat
cake.
your homies. Huh?
Right. Oh
Me
man.
and the boys getting consumed. For
I thought it was such a cool idea that like you could be on your cake. I was like, what? That's fucking insane. And
I don't mean to cut you off again, but I cannot believe Becker has not commissioned a picture of himself on a birthday cake yet. The man has his own face on his credit card.
What'd you say?
Debit card, there's a difference.
Did you say you had one for you had one on your graduation cake?
Yeah, it's a picture of me.
Oh, never mind. He already did do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can I forget?
I could see it in like a personal, just like buying a cake with yourself on it. I can see.
Yeah,
you
I'd do
doing
that.
Yeah,
That's funny as shit.
funniest shit I've ever seen.
What I wanted to do next year for a gay gift for like my family is just get a pillowcase of my face and just like someone can randomly pick that because that's funny.
And we know funny on this podcast.
Yeah,
You've done it with a birthday
That's
cake. You've done it with
funny,
your debit
boys.
card.
Oh my god.
Don't you have a big blanket of that's a
Yes.
picture of you and your
Not anymore.
roommate?
Not anymore.
Oh,
No. Well,
I wish I still had that blanket because that blanket fucking was sick.
well, screen printed ice cream or cake is it just like, of what I remember, it's like a thick layer on there, and it wasn't like put on right, and you could almost peel it off, and it tasted like a staticky TV. What I imagine, you know how when your arm falls asleep and it
Y'all
feels
ever had
all
static
staticky.
TV before?
You know when you like you sleep on your arm weird and it feels all staticky.
You mean your arm falls asleep?
Yeah, and you know that feeling of like it waking back up and it's like, ooh, that's how it tasted.
yeah.
Tasted terrible.
To be honest with you, I kind of like that feeling. I like the tingly, like when
Well,
when
I'll
your
tell you what.
legs go asleep. You know?
Well, I'll tell you what, you
No,
won't like
the
eating it.
I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change it a little bit. The absolute worst is when you sleep on your arm or something, and then you wake up and you just can't move your arm anymore.
Oh,
You just
yeah.
think you like
That's
lost
kinda
your
cool.
arm. It's like it's just hanging there. Like I don't
I've
know
had
what
that
to
happened
do.
with like both my arms before because I fell asleep like laying on both of them.
Yeah.
And then I literally sat there for like what felt like 15 minutes, just like an
Yeah, I just felt
amputee.
paralyzed.
Yeah.
Dude,
Like, oh god,
I
am I
get
dying? This is how I go.
I get that every once in a
It
while
feels so heavy.
if I'm like using the bathroom and I'm sitting on the toilet like scrolling on Twitter for like 20 minutes
Yo.
with my elbows like resting on my
Oh, yeah.
legs, and
I
I
always
wake up.
get it.
I wake up and I try. Or I don't wake up. I
No,
get
you
up.
fell asleep.
I get up and I try to walk, dude, and your
can't.
ankle is just limp, dude.
Yo.
You can't do anything with it. It's such a weird feeling.
Yo. Yeah, I kind of like the feeling when it's completely not a thing, and you're like fucking swinging around, just kind of seeing what's up. It's pretty fun.
This is what we want everyone to do: sit on the toilet for 30 minutes, bent
Yeah.
over, and then
Yeah.
once you can't feel your legs, start walking around.
Yes.
And you'll know what we're
Challenge.
talking about.
Yeah.
See how far you can get. Send a video. Tweet us a video. The winner gets some free merch.
Oh, I like that.
All right. All right.
Send us a video of you hopping off the toilet with your legs asleep. Do it now. Oh, but yeah, printed cake just didn't taste good. Technology's not up to date. Maybe it is now, but wasn't back then, and that shit was ass. So my bottom three: Walmart sugar cookie things, Kit Kat ice cream, and screen printed cake.
Okay. The first one on my bottom list is going to be a big shocker to everybody, considering how much I was praising it on an episode last week. It's not a specific type of Coogan, but it is just Coogan in general. How do you guys think Coogan is spelled?
I was just hoping you would absolutely rip
Wait, so
us Coogan to shreds.
No,
I'm
no.
gonna guess like COOGAN, but that's what I want to say, but I think it's something stupid like COUG like HAN or something.
Not even close.
Shit.
K.
With a Q?
No.
A K.
No, it is spelled Kuchen. And it is pronounced Coogan.
It's not cool.
Yeah, I hate that.
This is more of a grander point to language in general.
My least favorite dessert.
If something is pronounced a certain way, it should be spelt the way it sounds. I am sick of being bamboozled by the English language. I want things to be as I hear them. Okay?
Huh.
Well,
That's my issue with Coogan.
Well, as someone whose name I have a big thing against people spelling my name wrong. I disagree.
You spell it wrong. It should be Zack.
No, that's just dumb.
Yeah, it should.
That's just dumb.
I'm gonna be honest. If you're talking correct pronunciations, I'm with Fenner because
I'll start calling you Zach if you want.
Okay, Kyle. C-I-L-E. Kyle.
I had somebody spell my name like that when I got Starbucks one time. They wrote my name on the coffee cup as C-I-L-E.
There goes Becker.
Becker, I think you're
audio
muted.
cut out. That's fine, but
You're right, boys. I was.
hey,
I thought before so I masked it, but no.
You were saying?
Shit, what was I saying? No, they have to do that shit on purpose. Like, there's no way they can fuck up that bad.
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
didn't just.
I don't know, man. You never
There
know.
was I'm gonna be honest. There was a coworker I had who asked me how to spell the name Justin.
That's
So
I've
I think
seen it
there
spelled
are some
different.
people who just have an issue with spelling, which is fine.
I've seen it spelled two different ways.
Justin?
See, Justin spelled not like Justin.
Yeah,
I've seen Y's instead of I's.
Yeah.
Justine.
I haven't seen that in Justin.
Justine.
But like I've seen it
No, that's
pronounced.
I-N-E.
Yeah, I've seen it pronounced like that's just like how it looks like. But I've seen it like as Justin.
But like
Oh.
going back to the whole Zach thing, if you look at Zach's name, the way he spells it, it's to be Zach.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's small brain thinking right there.
Well, you
Oh,
have
no.
it with CH. I'm just
It
saying.
should be Z-A-C-Q-U-E. Zach.
That is
Zach.
honestly. I'm
I'm
gonna
okay with
trademark that because no one has ever used that word except for me. I don't think that word exists in the English dictionary.
It does now.
The worst
Like,
I've
when I
seen
type Zach, it just autocorrects to Z-A-C-Q-U-E.
Good. Good. I'm glad we got that thing going. The worst I've seen is someone spelling my last name wrong. That was just disrespectful.
boy.
That was just, come on.
His last name for everybody out there is Hand.
H-A-N-D. It's so easy.
The one
I've
with the fingers, the very same.
H-U-N-D? Are you kidding me? It was unbelievable. That was where I was like, you're
My
fine.
my favorite member of the farm cast, Zach Hund.
Oh my god.
I mean, at least, like, for Zach, they still know it's Zach. Like, whether it's spelled wrong or not, you know, like, the name is Zach. At least you're
Yeah.
not getting called, like, Jack or Jane. I got
Oh.
called Jane once before.
Tough.
Name's Jake.
Well,
like,
that-
it's kind of hard to
that's-
mess that one up.
That's wrong too
When
because
you get
people.
I'm gonna be honest with you. You look
mean,
kind of
it's
like a
not that
Dane.
much of a difference.
You want to know tough
You look
living
like
out
a
here?
Dane.
When you're a little kid and your name is Kyle, and everybody thought it was real funny to call me Kylie, and it's not
Oh.
funny. It's wrong.
Yeah,
I got it with Zachariah.
I'm very manly.
Zach Rice.
For one, as everybody knows. So, for such a feminine way to pronounce my name, disgusting to me. Unbelievable. The
No, I got-
mischaracterization of me.
I got the same thing with Allie and Alexandra
It's
and
tough.
Alexandria.
And
It's very
nowadays I have to deal with the other Kyle stereotypes of just being a big old hole punching douchebag. It's tough.
Well, choose
gotta
one,
lay off
Kyle.
Monson.
Choose one.
You
Yes,
know
sir.
me, a monster
Dude.
slugging son of a bitch.
That is the most like boomer thing to do too.
Hey,
is
when's
like
the
calling you.
NASCAR race, Kyle.
What?
When's the next NASCAR race?
It's
Or where's your Fox sweatshirt at?
tough out here, man.
Oh. But yeah, that's like a boomer thing to do is call you the female, like calling like little 8-year-old
Yeah, like, got
boys
'em.
like, ha ha, Kylie, ha ha.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It is kind of funny because boy, do those kids get upset. I was one of
yeah,
those
they
kids
do.
at one time, and if you get them, like elementary
It is a
school,
burn.
kids get very upset about it.
Like when people used to call me KP, because for Kim Possible. I'm not Kim Possible, okay? Lay off.
My favorite one for you was Master Pater. That one was always a good one.
Aged like a fine wine. That
Yeah,
joke never
it did.
got old either.
It's still funny. But yeah, so the next one, getting back to my list, my next least favorite dessert, this might upset a few people out there, Also a little contradicting to one of my previous ones, but just straight up fudge.
Yeah,
I can
I'm with
respect
that.
it.
I'm with that.
It-
I have a similar thing on my list.
If you're just eating like just fudge, and like I've had, my grandma is a big fan of fudge. She, we used to go up to Door County every summer, and she'd be like, "No, this is like real fudge, like really good fudge, not just like store bought fudge. Like it's expensive fudge." Which, in and of itself, is what a stupid sentence to say. This is expensive fudge, but it's just like
Better says it's a dessert for poors.
it's too rich and too sweet or something. There's just like too much fudge. If that
right.
it doesn't make sense, but it does.
You're gonna love one on my list then, because you'll
Okay.
agree with it. I'm gonna save what I'm. Yeah, I'm gonna save it for later.
It's like too rich almost.
Yeah.
Haven't had a lot of just fudge. Like, I don't know if.
Well, it's
Good reason.
fine.
Like a
It
specific
stinks.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get it at like those, like they have like regular like candy shops or something.
Right.
There's one on A Street in Sheboygan. But yeah, fudge, not a fan.
Okay.
Then my last one isn't anything specific, but any dessert that has raisins in it, I am not a fan of.
Oh, I like raisins. Oatmeal, like an oatmeal raisin cookie, delicious.
Not
Here's
a
my
fan.
only gripe with oatmeal raisin cookies. They're not bad in of themselves, but I have been bamboozled one too many times
Thinking they're
I'm
chocolate
going to be
chip.
grabbing a delicious chocolate chip
Mhm.
cookie, and then I am overwhelmed with the taste of raisins, and it's
Yeah.
like that is the worst
Mhm.
betrayal you can experience.
You know what?
I
I'm
like
gonna say it. I like oatmeal raisin cookies better than chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm with you on they're good, but like, dog.
Yeah, they're fine.
They're a
Let's not
whole
get
new.
crazy.
They're a different galaxy.
I think they're better.
I like raisins on their own. I have no quarrel with raisins.
Just
think they're fine.
raisins. Gross.
I think they're fine. I think
Yeah,
they're
I like
fine.
raisins.
Oh,
I like raisins too. And I've recently had this argument with my dad because he's always been a big oatmeal raisin over chocolate chip cookie guy, and I can't do it.
No, it makes no sense to me.
No,
yeah, that's crazy.
inferior in every capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Becker. It's just the way it is.
Sorry to tell you
I
the
mean-
facts.
I mean, you guys are wrong, but I think you guys aren't eating the right eating the right oatmeal raisin cookies.
No, they're great.
Maybe not.
I am with you. I'm actually a big fan. Like, oatmeal raisin, I do like those cookies a lot. But chocolate chip is just so...
They're firmly behind like a snickerdoodle, though. Snickerdoodle way better than oatmeal.
We don't need to get into all these sorts of cookies. Chocolate chip, top tier. Everything else falls in line behind it. But yeah, so my list was Coogan, fudge, and any dessert that has raisins in it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start mine off.
I actually could wait. Can I quick butt in for a second?
Feel free.
I could throw Bud Light in there as an awful dessert.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It won't
That's
get
a
an
good
argument
one.
out of me. Anyways, kind of going off of what one of Fetter's was, anything that's double fudge, it belongs
Oh, yeah.
directly in the trash.
In the trash.
Double fudge is the most BS flavor when it comes to, I don't know, there's like ice cream with it. The worst offender in my mind is like a double fudge muffin, something like that. It's way too much going on.
Yo.
You already have an entire muffin that is completely chocolate. Every bit of it is chocolate. So they're thinking, it's good, but it's not enough. Let's throw more chunks of chocolate.
No, their thinking behind it is, since Fudge 1 was so good, let's not make Fudge 2.
Yeah.
That is,
But
it's
they're-
the only one to get a
Solid
sequel.
logic.
What they're saying is, it's not even Fudge 2. Let's combine Fudge 1 and Fudge 2. And then put it all in one thing. It is completely overwhelming. I have a big time sweet tooth. I like a lot of sweet things. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with double fudge. It's way too much fudge.
Yep.
Simply put.
Yep. That's a great take.
Yeah.
Ah.
Fantastic.
And I'm fired up thinking about it. I'm angry thinking about it because I've
You
been
should be.
betrayed by double fudge one too many times. But I'm thinking I'm getting a nice standard chocolate, and then bam, more chunks of chocolate in there.
It's not chocolate.
Pathetic.
This is fudge.
They are.
Oh.
Chocolate and fudge are two very different things.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right, number 2. I don't know if you guys would consider this a donut. I feel like most people wouldn't, or consider dessert. Most people wouldn't, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's a donut, but specifically jelly and custard filled donuts.
Oh, piss off!
Yeah,
There is
no
bigger disappointment when I think I'm going to be digging into a nice, like just normal, standard vanilla Long John.
And it just explodes in your mouth.
There's an explosion of raspberry jelly.
Get that trash out of here.
Why is that bad? Why is that bad?
They are very good. I prefer them with them in. Oh my god!
No.
Like, give me like a raspberry filled jelly donut or like a whipped cream filled Long John. Like even custard fine.
I left whipped cream out of this. Whipped cream is the best filling. I love a whipped cream filled one. I hate custard.
Custard's good too. Like custard's fine.
Custard's good.
Texture
Jelly's great.
Not for me.
No, the only stripe, like the only like stifle I have with donuts, if they have like the chocolate frosting. That chocolate frosting on donuts is disgusting.
Such a good taste.
Yeah.
Becker, you've got a great taste for donuts.
I know.
No, I agree with that. I think the only thing we're really gonna be disagreeing on is that I can't do it.
No,
I can't do the custard and the jelly.
I don't like any filling in my donuts at all, which I am now realizing I'm in the minority on that. So I'm not going to argue about it, but
Feel free.
I will argue about jelly-filled donuts belonging straight in the trash.
Oh no, they are good.
That's
so bad.
Especially
that's just so wrong.
with the vanilla
Jelly
frosting.
is made for toast and bread and sandwiches. It's not made for donuts.
Yes.
That's
Right.
one-dimensional
Just kidding
thinking, Fenner. You have
It's
to be
one-dimensional.
open-minded.
You're not
think that
expanding your horizons.
Well,
Why
all
not
these-
put
all
the
these
jelly-
millennials-
I've tried them many times, more so unwillingly because there's no warning that there's fucking jelly inside
It's
of this.
always
thing.
a surprise, and it
Uh-huh.
is.
If you turn it, you can literally, if you look at
You
the
can
donut,
see like, oh shit.
it has a little indent.
You know the donuts that are circular
Oh.
and don't have a hole in the middle? Yeah, those are gonna be filled with shit.
No, not always. Sometimes it's like
Not
a
always.
cinnamon swirl sort of
You
thing.
get like a
Well, you can
Long
tell what
John.
that one
Half
is.
the time they're not filled, and then half the time, fucking boysenberry jellies in there, and it's
Yeah.
like, what?
You look at one of the
Yeah.
ends. Just look at the ends. There's a little hole
I
there.
shouldn't have to inspect the donut with a magnifying glass, Sherlock Holmesing my way through
Told
it.
you
to
so.
That's
figure
the
out
risk
if
you
it's
take.
filled with garbage or not.
That's the risk you take then. That's on you.
I don't need to take that risk because it's garbage to begin
Well,
with.
you
But
know
you
these
choose
donuts
to.
exist.
You have
choose to.
nowadays. You have all these millennials who have to combine everything.
Oh,
You
get
can't
'em.
just have
Get 'em,
can't just have a
Tate.
nice haircut place. It has to be a haircut place. Oh, but they also have to serve like tequila or a nice beer go along with it. Can't just have them separate.
What does that
And
have to do with donuts?
And that logic
You know
gets
how
dragged
long
along
those
to
donuts have
donuts.
been around?
Jelly, like Fenner said, belongs on toast. Maybe an English muffin.
Yup.
Get it out of my donuts.
Uh-huh.
You
Wait,
want some jelly in your donuts? Bring your own from home. That's what I have to say about that.
My favorite 21st century invention: filled donuts.
Exactly.
Like,
You're
come
just
on,
spitting
dog.
facts.
That is so ludicrous. Oh my
I'm
god.
angry. Thinking
You're
about
so
this.
concerned about, you know, those donuts exist, so you should be conscious of like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this
The
could be this
argument
type
is
of
I
donut.
just I should be paranoid whether I'm going to be getting a delicious
No,
vanilla.
you should be delighted once you bite into a nice little donut.
Dude, there is nothing better when the mystery of it, and then you bite into it and you feel jelly. It's like, yes, 2 for 1.
I don't want mystery in my donuts.
Two
I just
for
want my
one.
donut.
Yeah,
As
You have a very
advertised.
exciting life then, do you, Pay?
I'm a man of value. You get your
Not when
best
it comes
value.
to my donut selection. Zach has to get everything in one.
I love it.
Zach's one
I
of the
love it.
poors.
That's the same shit as saying like, oh, you like jelly with your bread, why can't you just eat them separate?
That's
Same
not. That's
concept.
so different.
Yeah, come
That
on.
is- that
You
is
put it in a
so
donut,
different.
who gives a shit?
When you have Oreos, do you expect the milk to be in the Oreo?
No.
Makes you
But he
think.
can have it separate. I like normal
Yeah, I
donuts
can have it
too.
separate.
I don't expect anything, but I'm open to new things like that. That's
I
like
guess
saying,
I just
why would you
tried
put,
it.
why would people
I
you
went
put
into it
ice cream and
overnight.
whipped cream with pie? Why would you do that?
I just
why
live,
would you do
I
that?
just live a certain lifestyle where I do come to expect things out of my donuts. Okay,
Yep.
Okay. Where do you draw the
and I'm
line
never
though?
expecting jelly.
Where do you
Never.
draw the
Never.
with like a strawberry pie with whipped cream on? Where do you draw the line? What's the difference?
What are we talking?
That's different.
We're not talking pie.
we're talking
You said
fried
we just
dough.
Pie
we just
has
said
to have
good
a filling.
things.
What are you gonna have? What do you like, Zach? Crust
No,
pie?
we were talking about how much we like pie, and I was gonna say you said you put
Yep.
whipped cream and ice cream on by your pie. Where do you draw the line then? What's
I'm
different?
fine with it without.
What's the difference though?
Because jelly doesn't belong in a donut.
That is
Yeah,
so
it does.
stupid.
That is all there is to it.
That is ridiculous.
What a better way to
Oh.
ruin a donut. Well,
Yep.
I mean, oh my god.
You know, I'm gonna take a reverse stance. I don't even want plain just donuts. They're so plain. I want something in it.
Oh, buddy,
I'll
then
take-
you just haven't had any good ones.
I've had
Yep.
great donuts, and I
You go to
like
the
them. You haven't had any
Johnston's
good filled donuts.
This is my plug. This is no advertisement, no endorsement. You go to Johnston's Bakery in Sheboygan. You get yourself. It's called a cloud pie, and it's like just this fantastic vanilla frosting. It's like a slightly cinnamon sugar donut. It's supposed to be like a cross between a cinnamon roll and a donut. It's pure heaven. You know what would ruin that? Some raspberry jelly or custard.
Because you're talking about a
Probably.
goddamn
It's a
cinnamon
totally
roll,
different.
idiot.
Yes,
It's
a
not
totally
a cinnamon
different
roll.
donut.
It's a cinnamon-inspired donut. It's a very big difference.
So it's a
And
fucking
my
cinnamon
God,
roll.
if
That's
there
what you're
was
talking about.
anything in the middle of that, what a ruined experience.
You're right. You're bringing up a totally different
It's a
donut.
cinnamon roll.
I'm
It's
talking,
gonna
I'm
put
talking
jelly
about.
on cinnamon.
Here's the difference. I'm talking about definitively good donuts.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a great point. But just like they wouldn't do that because that's a different kind of donut. They wouldn't try to put
No,
in. They aren't
I
shoving
keep getting
raspberry
fooled.
in anything.
I keep getting fooled over and over again, thinking I'm grabbing a nice standard donut.
Here, okay, you want to not get fooled? You take your
literally
donut, you
labeled
look to the
as
other
bakery.
side, and you look to this one. You say, is there a hole in it? Then you put it down.
The point is, I shouldn't have to look.
Yep.
I should not have to look. There should not be jelly in donuts. Why can't you put the jelly on top? Why can't you put the jelly on top and have that be like the
I
frosting?
shouldn't have to put jelly on top of my jelly donuts,
You don't have
Fenner.
to. I'm talking about the bakers. Why
And
can't they
you
put
don't-
jelly on top?
Great, they aren't gonna do that.
That's
Right,
where the powdered
right.
sugar go.
Why don't you
That's
put?
where
Why instead of making a
would go. That's
instead
where
of
like the sugar would go.
instead of making a sandwich, why don't you take a piece of bread, put jelly on one side, flip it over, put peanut butter on the other?
Yeah,
it's just
only use
stupid.
one piece of bread.
Sandwich,
You can
I
have
know what's
open-faced
going in it.
sandwiches. You can have open-faced sandwiches. Those things exist, Zach.
But what you're saying? Why don't they just take the donut, put it on top? It's already being occupied by something. What are you talking about?
Take it off there. Just put the jelly on top.
It's the
But
same.
then it's not a donut anymore.
Yes.
Oh.
Then
The
it's
donut
literally like
is-
roast.
The donut is the fried dough. It's not the frosting.
Well,
Okay, eat a plain donut, Fenner. Eat a fucking plain donut.
Do it. They're great.
I have.
Just a plain,
way
literally
better.
nothing less. Just
Yes.
the dough.
Just a donut. Yes, they make those.
Oh my god, you want to talk about boomer takes? This is a boomer take. Give me the bread.
Wait.
Donuts were better
Donut
back in the day when they didn't have any of that
frosting.
sugar or flavor.
That's it.
Jesus Christ, this is ludicrous. I'll go on, if
Oh
we're getting angry about donuts,
God.
I'll tell you what my favorite donut is right now. It's one of those
Really
with
filled
white...
on, John.
It actually doesn't have any fill in it, but it's one of
Get
those
his ass.
white-filled, a regular
Fake
vanilla
donut?
donut, but with
Yes?
with nuts on it.
Oh,
I'll go there, the shredded nuts. You want to talk about...
that.
Yeah, that is my favorite donut of all time.
better
you
than
wanna,
the jelly.
You want to say the only thing that's on there should be frosting and the dough? Ludicrous.
Yes. That is
Ludicrous.
all I ever want.
There's a reason why all these places
Especially,
come up.
I want you to get this too. I'm always, if I'm having a donut, I'm having a cup of coffee. Do you know what doesn't go together? Jelly and coffee. It's
That's-
not a flavor combo that works.
That's your
in the
decision then.
slightest.
That is your decision to have it with coffee. I don't want
It is
to
not
have...
a decision. If you're having donuts, you gotta have coffee.
you can
I
have
know.
milk.
No, yeah.
I'm not
I
a
like
little
milk.
baby boy. I'm having a nice big cup of Joe.
Kyle, I'm not a baby boy who's afraid of jelly in my donut.
I don't know, man. You're a baby boy who has bad taste, who hasn't matured enough to understand how
To say,
nice a normal
ew,
donut is.
jelly. Ugh. No, I love
Yes.
normal donuts too. What a stupid
It's
argument
the
this
same
is.
idea of putting a bunch
Right.
of different toppings on a pizza.
Right.
I don't. I just have pepperoni.
Don't you like
Oh
bell
my
peppers
God.
and shit, or like banana peppers and shit?
I don't need them. Take them or leave them.
You're telling me I don't expand my taste horizons? You say only pepperoni pizza.
I'm saying you're going too far. I'm saying jelly and donuts do not make this about more than anything it needs to be.
You just
jelly
brought it
and
up,
donuts
though.
don't belong together. That's it. End of story. This is my fucking list, and they're off,
This is
and they're in the goddamn bottom.
This is insane. I'm taking off my
Moving on.
I'm taking off my grandma's chocolate chip cookies. I'm putting jelly donuts right now.
You know what, Zach? This
What a
is what we should
disrespect to your
do.
own
Next time we
grandmother.
go to Milwaukee, just buy nothing but jelly donuts for us to eat, and no one else can eat them because they
love
won't
it.
appreciate it.
I love
You
it.
would
Jocelyn.
have want them because they're trash, and they
Oh
can
my
rot in
god.
his
This is
apartment.
such a bad
Moving
take. This is so
on.
unpopular of a take. So wrong.
Number 3.
Jeez.
Cherry pie stinks.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not a big
And I
fan
don't
of
have the
cherry.
energy. I don't have the energy to even
God,
go on
it
about
looked
why
like he was
cherry pie
expecting-
sucks anymore. It's just bad. Like those really like artificial fake cherries are just they just suck. You get that
I'm not a
there
big fan of cherries, so
what?
I'm not really a big
See,
fan of cherries in the first place.
No,
So
but you know what I
I
mean? Like the
love
ones that go in the
cherries.
pie, they're like too
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
Mhm.
They're just bad.
Yeah.
Cherry pie sucks. I don't have the energy to talk about it. I'm still mad.
I'm still mad. This is insane.
Three.
all right, well,
Bottom
let's get mad at me now, boys. So I want to go.
I've been mad at you for the last 10 minutes. You
My
ran
bottom
that
3:
out.
jelly-filled donuts, jelly-filled donuts, and jelly-filled donuts.
So
Oh,
wrong.
good thing you left out custard and whipped cream. So
I like whipped cream.
And custard.
Custard sucks, but it's not,
The
it's
jelly
not as
is-
egregious.
the
I
jelly-
can see why people like custard.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
glad you like custard.
whip out the note sheet right quick. So my bottom 3, I'm starting off with chocolate cake. Chocolate cake is ass. Any type of chocolate cake, like
Any
chocolate frosting.
kind of chocolate cake.
Yes. I'm not
See-
a fan of chocolate. Like not in cake form, not in like frosting form.
Not
I think
ice cream.
chocolate
See-
cake is straight buns. Chocolate ice cream is ass.
My grandma, and I mean, again, that's probably might be the difference. My grandma makes a killer chocolate cake with like cherries in it, and it is like it's nice and moist. Like this thing is, it's so good. But
I
regular
mean-
chocolate cake, I don't like it. You're right.
I mean, to each their own. Like I know a lot of people like chocolate. I feel like I'm in the minority that doesn't like chocolate like desserts. But I just can't do it.
Okay.
That's fair. I don't. I double fudge on my
No.
list, so I
Yeah,
get what I
so-
get where you're coming from. It can be overwhelming sometimes. Too
Number
much.
2, I don't know how you guys react, but cheesecake. I don't like cheesecake.
I wholeheartedly agree. No, I
What?
100%
Thank
agree
God.
with this.
Thank
Cheesecake
God.
stinks. It stinks.
I don't like
What
cheesecake.
is
It's
the
too
appeal
rich.
there?
It's too
Yeah.
rich. I don't like
It's
it.
the
There's
same
too,
reason I don't like fudge.
I don't
This
like
is-
cream cheese in the beginning, and they just throw
Cream.
a bunch
Cream.
of it.
Your top 3 cake. You said how cream cheese is a vital part of the operation.
Yeah,
Now
for
you
the,
were saying
it's for the
cherry-
technology
For
and the
the
innovation,
4th
not
of
for the
July
taste.
cake. Man,
It's not a lot of
this
cream
is
cheese. You just have a small layer to protect the cake from the moisture from the Cool Whip and the fruit.
this is just Becker. I was all the way with you on the strawberry, the jelly donuts. Man,
to team
I
up
mean,
with Zach.
yeah,
you
get
know
mad
what
at me.
this stinks?
this
fine.
is just
I don't
this is
care.
you
I
are.
don't
It's
like
not even.
cheesecake.
It's not even teaming up with me. It's teaming up with the right opinion. Like cheesecake slaps. It's so good.
No, it sucks.
good.
Like, the texture of cheesecake it's so bad.
Wrong.
Yeah,
That's so.
it's
that
like
is
too. It's like
so
always
wrong.
mushy, and I don't like it.
It's like
Where are
it's
you
like-
guys eating cheesecake?
It's like pudding if only it was a little bit more solid.
You're not eating the right,
Right?
cheesecake.
Making you this
no.
trash cheesecake.
Is it not?
Cheesecake is like
solid
the most
pudding.
versatile dessert you could ever even imagine.
Yeah, make up your mind.
Saying you don't like cheesecake is like literally it's just ludicrous to me.
Yeah,
Jack
that
of
is
all
nuts.
trades, jack of all trades, master of
Master
none
of all of them.
is a recipe for disaster, especially when
Oh,
you're
yeah,
talking
God.
dessert.
This-
I don't like cheesecake. Not a big fan of cream cheese. They just make it into a cake, and I don't like it.
It sucks.
Yeah, you can put
Why
toppings
don't,
on it,
why
but
don't they
you
make,
believe
why don't they make a
this.
ricotta cheesecake or ricotta
Why-
cake, huh?
Why is this,
Newsflash, they use ricotta in a lot of desserts.
And they're probably all trash.
dude?
Okay.
Why are we split on one of the most universally loved things? This is
Right.
crazy to me. This is actually
get me-
nuts.
You
To
get
be
me a
split
nice
like this.
moist cheesecake.
I'm
Mwah.
throwing
might-
it in a
baby.
goddamn garbage.
It might
Yeah.
be better than a nice cold, like
Oh, yeah.
fresh.
Flaky
Oh
crust.
my god!
You hand me a slice of cheesecake, it's going right into the trash next to a jelly-filled donut.
Do not place those two in the same
They are like right. Here's cheesecake. Here's jelly donut.
Feder, have you ever been
They're
to
on the same
Cheesecake
level.
Factory? Have you been to Cheesecake Factory?
Yes, I've
Have you
gotten
had
a
their
nice,
cheesecake?
delicious slice of cheesecake?
Yes,
Yes,
I've
I
gotten.
have.
You're a
two of
liar.
them.
You're
Yeah.
a
No,
liar.
you haven't.
Two of
You
them.
have not. You
Liar.
haven't. No.
No, I don't buy it.
Okay. No, I'm a
Okay,
liar.
you're lying
I'm a
about one
liar.
of these then.
I like
I'm a liar.
okay.
I'm a liar.
You're lying
I don't
about
buy
one
it
of
in a
these.
second.
Lying
I'm a
about
liar.
one of them.
Impossible.
Yeah, no, I'm a liar. Yep.
Yeah. Or a fucking
just-
idiot. Maybe both.
Well, I hate cheesecake, so I'll leave it at that.
Well, I hate you.
Fine. So, number 3, I'm going back on the chocolate train, and that's going to be chocolate pudding. Chocolate pudding sucks ass.
Is that a dessert?
I don't know. I couldn't really think of a third one, so I'm just
If
going
I
to say
put
chocolate
donuts as a
pudding.
dessert, that could be a dessert.
I like vanilla pudding. Vanilla pudding's fine. It's just chocolate pudding. It has that chocolate taste, and I just can't stand it.
A chocolate
is this a
pudding
hot-
does have that chocolate taste. You are correct.
Yeah, I'm right.
Is
Can't
this a
argue with
hot
that.
take? I like tapioca pudding.
I haven't
Never
had it
had
in a
it.
while.
Oh, yeah,
Never
I
had
haven't
it, but I'm
in a
also a
really
liar,
long
so I
time.
probably had it and I love it. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
Yeah, no, you are a fucking liar.
Shoe fits.
yeah. I mean, what is the tapioca flavoring? Like, what is that?
It's like a vanilla, but it's got those like little like
Beads in it, right?
yeah, like, those little,
It's like
pod-
jelly almost. Weird.
No, because they don't taste like jelly. And do not start with this
Oh.
again. I've had enough donut talk.
We're
Sounds
back
like
with the
jelly.
nut talk.
That's all I'm saying. Well, just to round out my bottom 3,
Boys talking nut.
Me and the fellas.
before we get mad at each other and disband this podcast, my bottom 3 are chocolate cake, cheesecake, and chocolate pudding.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys like listening to the very last episode of the Farmcast. I don't want to... Obviously, we're too split.
I can't go on.
I did not think we could get more divided on a subject than we did on the fast food.
Well,
I didn't
we
think
were
it was
agreeing.
hostile.
We were like agreeing wholeheartedly
For so long.
for 3/4, 5/6 of this podcast.
You had to bring the jelly donuts up.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
trash.
they're trash.
Yeah, they're garbage.
We're gonna...
debatable.
Well, I'll tell you, there's only one way to settle this.
A fist
Continued the discussion. On all social media, the Farmcast, at the Farmcast Pod, on Twitter, Instagram, and we're on Facebook. Go follow us on all of those. We will have something, because we need answers. The cheesecake one, I like. There's no even bringing up to debate because that's just wrong. But the jelly donut, I think there are sides for it.
Yeah.
But hey, find out, let us know, continue that discussion. Also, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and on YouTube. Subscribe, like the video, comment. You can see our video version of this if you want to see some fun little gags that we have. But make sure to follow us on all of those platforms. And stay tuned for the Farmcast, our next episodes coming up. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you're staying healthy, staying safe, having a great life. And we will see you on the next episode of the Farmcast. See you later. Take care. Bye.